Hello everyone. Today I am going to talk about the biology or the life cycle of small hive beetles. The scientific name of small hive beetle is Aethina tumida. These small beetles are one of the most economically important pests of honeybee hives and therefore they are called as small hive beetles. Both adult beetles and larvae, also called as grubs, can cause serious damage to honeybees by directly feeding on their eggs, brood, honey stored by them in honeycombs, and pollen collected by them as a food for their brood. Therefore, we need to know the life cycle of small hive beetles so that we can develop different strategies for their effective management. For developing effective control methods, it is important to know the presence of different developmental stages in the life cycle of small hive beetles. In the life cycle of small hive beetles, there are four developmental stages including adults, eggs, grubs, and pupae. Accurate identification of these stages is important to confirm the identity of small hive beetles. Now we will learn how to identify adults of small hive beetles. Adults of small hive beetles are easy to identify because they are very small, about 5.7 millimeter long and 3.5 millimeter wide. Like many other species of beetles, they are dark brown to black in color, but main identifying characteristics is that they have club-shaped antennae. Identification of eggs of small hive beetles is also easy because they are very tiny, about 1.5 millimeter long and 0.25 millimeter wide. They have elongated shape and transparent pearly white looking color. Accurate identification of larvae of small hive beetles is very important because they can be mistaken for young larvae of greater wax moth Galleria melonella because they can be found together in the same beehive. Larvae of small hive beetle can be easily differentiated from wax moth larvae as small hive beetle larvae have three pairs of pro legs only at the anterior head region, whereas wax moth larvae have three pairs of pro legs at anterior head region and four pairs at posterior tail region. Also, small hive beetle larvae have several spines on their dorsal side of the body, but these spines are absent in case of wax moth larvae. Pupae of small hive beetles can be easily identified because they are white to brown in color, roundish in shape, with thorny projections on the abdomen and thorax. As shown here in a flowchart, I believe that there are 6 main steps involved in the life cycle of small hive beetles. In the first step, adults of small hive beetles will emerge from pupae located in the soil within 3 feet radius of honeybee hives. In the second step, newly emerged young adults of small hive beetles generally use their olfactory system to find honeybee colonies by smelling their favorite foods like honey and pollen. These beetles also detect alarm pheromones produced by honeybees to attract other honeybees to the location and use it to enter into active honeybee colonies. In the third step, after entering into the honeybee colony boxes, beetles will hide in their cracks and crevices and avoid attacks from soldier honeybees. When inside the colony boxes, beetles will mate and their females will lay eggs uh, in masses in cracks and crevices. Females can also lay eggs inside the brood cells by breaking their cell walls. A single female of small hive beetles can lay over 1,000 eggs in her lifetime. In the fourth stage, the eggs will hatch into small grubs within 2 to 3 days. Hatched young grubs will then enter into the honeybee comb, where they will immediately start feeding on stored honey and pollen, and even on broods. While feeding, grubs will grow bigger and mature within 2 weeks. In the fifth stage, matured grubs will then move out of beehive boxes and burrow about 4 inches deep in the soil within about 3 to 4 feet radius of hives for pupation. In the soil, development of pupal stage generally lasts for 3 to 4 weeks. In the sixth stage, after completing development inside the pupae, the second generation small hive beetle adults will emerge from pupae and move into honeybee hives by smelling odor generated from stored honey and pollen inside the honeybee hives. Under optimal climatic conditions, small hive beetles can complete their egg-to-egg life cycle within 4 to 6 weeks. The small hive beetle can complete 5 to 6 overlapping generations in a year. Visit bugsforgrowers.com to obtain practical knowledge about organic growing, insect pest control practices that does not harm plants, people and pets, and to read blogs on biological control of insect pests of different crops, animals and honeybees. Thank you for watching YouTube channel of Bugs for Growers. Please comment, like, share and subscribe.